Good evening, everybody. We are live. Sunday night is Creator Talk Live. Sunday night, 10 o'clock my time. 11 o'clock Eastern time, other clocks, other places, depending on where you live, is when we start Creator Talk Live. Almost every Sunday night, unless my Cowboys or my Chargers or my Dodgers are playing, and they're not. So here we are. I'm glad you guys are here. I hope you're having a great night. Oh, I've got volume. It's like this is the first time I've ever done this. Sorry, everybody. I hope you're having a good Sunday. I am. I watched hey, DeMaco, watching two great football games. I didn't care about either one of the teams, but it was a good time. Let me know what you're doing today. I am interested. And then we're going to talk about copyright. And it's actually good news, which is nice. So let's get going. The article is here. We'll share it. I'll share the screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about when hey, Mar, what's going on? Happy Sunday. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member of the channel, my friend. When I see information about copyright, I almost always read it. I don't usually talk about it on Sunday night because it's frankly a boring subject and it's confusing. But this is such good news that I really feel like we should talk about it. So there's the article. Hey, Patriotism USA, what's going on? I was thinking about you. Football talk. I was just thinking, should I lead with football? And I was thinking about a couple people, you included, because you asked about football or sports talk the other day. So anyway, welcome in. I'm glad you're back. Patriotism USA, one of my favorite names. So listen, I think that copyright. Hey, Michael, what's going on, buddy? Hope you're having a great day. Michael Superbacker in the house. I think that copyright is important times 10. The last thing I want to do is lose my channel. Anna's in the house. Good morning, Anna. I-Z in the house. Welcome in. Copyright strikes and copyright claims, how they're different. Yes, that's right. I should have led with that. Look, you know what? Let's unshare for a minute. I forgot to even talk about that. It's certainly not done by any means. My Adventureland wall is right over there. This is going to be the more other stuff wall. I've always talked about sports stuff on that wall. My Adventureland is over there. Hey, Cricket, good morning. Good evening to you, my friend. And this is just going to be, they're not like fancy by any means, but I'm going to put some fun stuff up there. I'm glad you said it. I can't believe I forgot. I've got my Haunted Mansion Sensi. Is that what they're called? It's my daughter's, but she wanted me to put it up here. We were putting these up and she wanted me to put it up there. Grogu, my golf fund, which I haven't golfed since I moved to Texas. My good camera, my switch pod. I don't know why I put that there. Actually, I kind of like it there. I might say Mouse Ears and Magic in the house, Earth Central in the house. What's going on? Then, of course, my Philip Rivers. Hey, Chris Dye. What's going on? My Philip Rivers Chargers helmet. And then I should probably take it out of the box. It's kind of shiny there. So Funko Pop of one of my favorite songs, Kiss the Girl. Anyway, just kind of a mixed mash of stuff. But thanks for reminding me to say it, Mar. And again, thanks for being here and thanks for being a member. Okay, so let's re-share the screen and get to the topic at hand. As I was saying, apologize for repeating myself. Copyright is a boring subject, but we need to know it. If you're a creator, not everyone here's a creator, but this is Creator Talk Live tonight. If you're a creator, you need to pay attention to copyright strikes, copyright claims, and copyright rules. Now, let's start off with some basics. Earth Central says, heads up, Dole, you may be getting an ice storm similar to Valentine's Day last year this week. Yes. So today's in the 70s. Beautiful day. It's like 66 right now. I think tomorrow we're in the 70s. I think the next day we're in the 70s. But then we drop. I think we get rain maybe tomorrow, small storm. But they're actually talking about a winter storm, a real winter storm for us. Wednesday, I think, maybe Thursday morning. I'm not really sure what the timing is, but they're talking about a couple inches for us here in Fort Worth, Texas. That's a big deal. So, and if you don't know what he's referring to there, we had an ice storm last year that knocked us out. One of my favorite videos I've made on this channel was during that time, kind of making fun of the Texas grid. But question for you, are your spots to open mail on the stream? Question for you. Are you spots to open mail on the stream? I don't think I understand your question. I've opened mail before. Actually, I have a pile of mail right over there from Christmas. I'm embarrassed to say that I haven't opened. Yes, there's a prediction for crappy weather in the neck of the woods. Yeah, Mars in Memphis, obviously, is the name. We're in Fort Worth, and so what we get, they often get. Anyway, back to copyright, but thank you guys. Copyright strikes, copyright claims, copyright rules. So let's start with copyright claims. the bottom of the barrel. If you use music, if you use somebody else's content, right, and it's not obviously fair use, you can get a copyright claim. I've got them before. It's not that big of a deal. For instance, if I'm walking around at Disney and I'm filming a video and I catch the background music, right? Hey, Dave, what's going on? Space Mountain Dave in the house. It might get copyrighted claimed by Disney or the owner of the music. All that means is they're going to take either some or all of the revenue. Now, it only matters if you're monetized, and a copyright claim, not that big of a deal. It means some of the money that the revenue that's generated that Google would generally send to you, they're going to send to somebody else. But that's not that big of a deal, in my opinion, right? Copyright strike is a whole different ballgame. You only get 3 of those and 3 strikes and you're out. Here's the problem with copyright strikes, as far as I can see it. They don't warn you, and they can go retroactive. So if you're using other people's content, and there's plenty of people who do it, and the content owner lets YouTube know, they'll take it down and they'll give you the strikes. And if you get 3 strikes, you lose your channel without warning. No, and there's so many, even some friends of mine, so many people who think they'll get a warning, they'll give them a call. No. Copyright strikes are no joke. Copyright claims, not that big of a deal. Copyright rules, we get into the world called a term called fair use that we're going to talk about quite a bit. So we're going to talk about fair use a little bit, and we're going to read this article, and I'm going to share the good news with you. It's not an attempt to scare anybody. I think it's an attempt to make you see that YouTube is on our side. I'm definitely one of those people that believes deeply that YouTube wants us to grow, because of course they do. They take a piece of our revenue. So, but there's this keyboard warrior hate for, it must be somebody else's fault that we're not growing. It must be YouTube holding me back attitude with a lot of creators that drives me crazy, actually. Earth Central says people are comparing this storm to the winter of 2010, 2011, which got me thinking what this would mean for tornado season. Well, tornado season, there's really 12 months a year we get tornadoes, and there's obviously 2, spring and fall, we get them the most. We had very little last year. Thank goodness. I mean, I feel like COVID was enough. My keyboard hates me tonight, says patriotism. By the way, I got an idea about my channel. Yes, please do. I'm interested. I'd love to help if you're interested, or if you want, or if I can be of help. Okay, so let's get to this story. So countries have rules as it relates to fair use. The general story is you can comment on things. You can provide commentary. So for instance, like a video that will be a fairly regular video on my channel, if Disney or Star Wars comes out with a movie, or a movie that I really care about comes out, maybe they have a really cool trailer or commercial even, I'll review it. One of the best watched videos on my channel is I guess it was episode 9. Yeah, it was Star Wars episode 9, the trailer. And it was me and my daughter reviewing the trailer and getting excited about it. Obviously, that iconic scene where Rey is running in front of, running in front of Kylo's ship, right? And flips around. And that was on the trailer. And we talked about that. It was amazing. And so we did a video of that. And of course, we watched the entirety of the trailer. There are people who will watch a whole episode of a show and react to it. That's within fair use. Now, fair use laws are different in every country. Some are very, very strict. Some are very, very loose. And it is what it is. Hello, Terry. Terry Rose in the house. What's going on? Mouse Ears and Magic says, Tokyo Disney hit me on a claim due to sound bites during our Haunted Mansion history episode. It rubbed me wrong. Ultimately, I don't care. Yeah, my first copyright claim was Disney Hollywood Studios a couple years back. It was right after I got monetized. It might have been like my first or second video after I remember it was very early on in monetization. And I was sad, but don't let it rub you the wrong way. It's just, it is what it is. It's not even Disney necessarily. It's the license holder of the music. In my case, it was, and I'm sure it is for you too. But yeah, I mean, and it's their content. It is what it is. We've got to create our own content on here. I think background music goes a little crazy, but let's get to this. So fair use. Let's talk about this article. I'm going to read some of this article. So I am not into anime. Okay. So I'm going to pronounce some words wrong because I don't know what he's talking about. One of my daughters is into anime, but I didn't ask her how to pronounce these. So, YouTuber hit with ungodly number of anime copyright strikes gets a win for everyone. Now, I should say real quick, I'll be reading. Hey, Ken, the content coach in the house. I'll be reading from the text. So if we get a, troll or whatever while I'm looking away, just deal with it. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. So this article came out Thursday. This guy's got a pretty big channel, and it's called Totally Not Mark. All right. In a new video, Mark Fitzpatrick of the anime YouTube channel Totally Not Mark revealed he not only won a battle in his copyright strike war with Toei, I think I'm pronouncing that right, animation, but also influenced YouTube to create a new copyright rule for content creators. Now, this article is linked in the description of my video. Also, this video that he's putting on, I think it's like a 12-minute video. I watched it this morning. I highly recommend if after I read this article to you, we talk about this. If you're interested, go watch it. If you're into anime, go watch his channel. I don't know this guy from Adam. I don't know anything about anime except for one of my daughters kind of likes it. I work with kids. I teach some classes, and some of those kids love it. I don't know what the heck. I can spell anime, but just barely. I don't know anything about it. Okay. I just mute the audio in question, and the claims go away. That's a good point, Earl Central. If you get a claim, you can go back in, and there's actually a tool. I haven't used it yet, but on YouTube that allows you to just get rid of the offending audio, which is really, really cool. And again, proof that YouTube is on our side. Anyway, all right, let's get back to the article and talk about it. Again, link to the entire video and this article in the description below of this, live stream. The new YouTube rule allows for flexibility among international copyright laws, where a video may be taken down in one country but left up in another. That is brand new, freeing creators from worrying about outright bans or takedowns of videos. So this guy is creating anime. Okay, so this Toei, whatever, they do Dragon Ball Z content. Is that a thing? I'm pretty sure it is. And so this creator is commenting on Dragon Ball Z and other animation. Okay. In Japan, where the company that creates the content that he is commenting on, in Japan, they have much more strict copyright rules. So they went in and they blasted like 500 of his videos or something. When I mean blasted, I mean they clicked on them in the manual YouTube reporting, sending it to YouTube saying, hey, this is ours. He can't have it. Take it down. He was providing commentary, which I believe should be allowed within fair use. They didn't. If he hadn't pushed back, he'd be screwed because they took 500 of his videos down. Okay, 500 of his videos down. Basically, he was going to lose his channel. He reaches out to YouTube, nothing for months. Finally, months later, he gets somebody on a Discord from YouTube who wants to, hey, man, I'm sorry, we should have taken care of this already. How can we help? And he mentions in the video, it's like 4 degrees of separation from the actual person. So the company in Japan could have taken him to court. And had they won in Japan with their copyright rules, he would have lost his channel likely, right? But instead, he got YouTube involved. While it took a little time to get them to notice it, once they did, he says they were very, very helpful. And what happened? YouTube changed their rules. This is amazing, and this is so awesome. Preceding this situation, YouTube would have just blanketed the entire earth with the same rules, right? But now, because of this situation, all of us can have videos taken down in specific countries only. So in this guy's case, his videos will not be shown in Japan. Well, he speaks English. He's obviously creating content for an English speaking audience, not a Japanese speaking audience. So he's not losing anything by having it not show up in Japan, but I guess is the right word there. It is more proper for him and certainly more safe for him to have it not show in Japan. Therefore, he doesn't have to deal with the copyright rules of Japan. I hope that made sense. I just mute the audio, okay? To Dizzy Baker in the house, what's going on? Hey, Jeff, driving home from the castle. I love and I'm jealous every Sunday when you come in and you tell me, hey, I was at Disney and you weren't today. Next time I'm in Walt Disney World, if I'm there on a Sunday, I'm looking you up, bud, because you're there every week. I'm jealous. But anyway, good for you. And I appreciate you spending a little time with me here. All right, so let's keep going in the article. It's certainly reassuring, Fitzpatrick told Kotaku. I don't know. That's the name of this website. I doubt I'm pronouncing that right. It's I don't know what it is. But with fair use I'm sorry, but with fair use so ill respected in so many territories and YouTube creators with no control over where their content will be shared once they upload, there's certainly a long way to go. So it's not like we can say, hey, I don't want my video to be shown in Japan, right? So I don't think he did anything wrong at all. I mean, I'm positive he didn't. Let me scroll down so I can read some more to you. The situation began this past December when Toei issued more than 150, okay, I said 500, 150 copyright claims against Fitzpatrick's lengthy anime and manga reviews. At the time, Fitzpatrick thanked his fans for their support in a video and announced he would be stepping away from the situation. It was stressed. He was stressed. This is the video that I suggest you watch. If this interests you, after I'm done here, watch this video. It's about 12 minutes, and he talks about it at length. And again, if you're into anime, check out his channel. But shortly after Fitzpatrick revealed in a new video providing an update on the legal saga, someone high up on YouTube who wished to remain anonymous reached out to him via Discord. As I said earlier, Fitzpatrick said the contact not only apologized for his situation not being addressed quicker, but divulged a prior conflict between YouTube and Toei regarding his video's fair use status. He didn't even know about it. Toei had already reached out to YouTube about his videos. He said, I'm not going to lie, hearing a human voice that felt both sincerely eager to help and understanding of this impossible situation felt like a weight off my shoulders. Now, listen, I don't want to read the whole article to you guys. I'm going to stop sharing there because nobody likes to be read to the whole time. But I think there's a lot to be learned here. Of course, we did have a, look at that. Unbelievable. We did have a troll. I think that people get really worked up about fair use and copyright. I think it's destination timeshare. I think it's fear. I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm going to revert to a couple years ago, the Kappa video I made, the Kappa situation that happened. People were freaking the heck out because there was rumors that there'd be a $40,000 fine per copy as Child Online Privacy Protection Act. And people were freaking out about what YouTube and what the SEC was going to do. All they had to do, YouTube had to put it on to us, the creators, and all we have to do is click a box saying we're not creating this expressly and explicitly for children. And there was a lot of confusion in that. I don't know why this is so hard. Has nobody signed a contract on this whole planet? It doesn't say kids can't watch it. It doesn't say, like, I do Disney content. That's not made for kids. I'm not writing, a lullaby. Anyway, so I think people like to freak out and like to stress out, and copyright can be weird. Now, I have a couple things I do to prevent getting screwed on copyright, and one of it is to have multiple channels. Now, this probably sounds crazy or might sound crazy, but this is my main channel. This is where I'm going to put most everything I do. But throughout 2022, I'm going to attempt to grow some other channels. And those other channels will be not only more specific to the content, more specific to the niches, but also are going to be a backup for if I lose something. I don't think I ever will, but you can't really control somebody else's rules, right? I'm playing in YouTube. I'm playing in Google. I'm playing in Alphabet's playground. Dan Bongino, a political radio podcast TV guy, just lost his 700 or 800,000 subscriber channel. I was going to talk about that tonight, but I didn't want it to be politics. But YouTube, Google, Alphabet clearly has every right to make rules on their platform. Twitter famously took down our former president. It's their playground. Now, having multiple YouTube channels is one way to not put all my eggs in the basket. And then, of course, create in other places too. That makes sense? So anyway, I hope that does. Let me get caught up in chat. Destination Timeshare, I'm pretty sure I said hello to you, but if I didn't hello to you, welcome in. I'm always happy to see you here on a Sunday night. Tamako says, and I apologize if I'm not pronouncing it right, I hope I am, is it legal to use other YouTubers' videos on your own channel? Yes, sometimes. So there's a button that I can push that allows other people to use my videos. Also, you could do commentary on my video. So like if you had, let's say I do this show tonight and boy, I am just an idiot. You think that's the worst ideas ever. You could do a video crushing me, providing commentary on my stuff. Or you could do one saying, oh my gosh, this is the smartest and best looking guy I've ever seen, providing commentary. So while like people like to say you can't, you kind of can. Can you take their stuff and put it on your channel as its own? No, that's stealing someone's content. Can you comment on it? Of course you can. Make sense? I hope that made sense. I'm not a lawyer. You don't need legal advice likely on this, but if you do need legal advice, go reach out to a lawyer, but you can use other people's stuff. So is it legal to use other YouTubers' videos on your own channel? The answer to that is actually yes, but not taking their stuff and treating it as your original content. Make sense? Jonathan says, hi, Al Demaco, not without that creator's permission. Not always can. Content you put on YouTube is still your intellectual property. Okay, they can use my stuff. They can use your stuff. If I wanted to comment on your video or you want to comment on a video, we can. If you have their permission, or if your ad commentary can't just do, yeah. So if I just took Ken, the content creators, Ken put up Ken has a show tomorrow night. Oh shoot, it's a topic I've done before. What was it? Imposter syndrome. Ken, the content coach, just put out a reminder about tomorrow night's show about imposter syndrome. Ken, correct me if I'm saying it wrong. I'm pretty sure I'm right though. If I wanted to take his entire video or an entirety of a piece of his video and put it up on my channel with no commentary, just as if it was my original content, that's not legal, and I would be in trouble for that. I could get in trouble for that. It would be copyright strike, 3 strikes and I lose my channel. And of course, any revenue would go to Ken. Does that make sense? But if I said, oh my gosh, this is the best information I've ever heard on imposter syndrome, this is why you need to go watch Ken. Or if I said, Ken hit his head, man, I don't understand what he's talking about here, I could provide commentary. Does it make sense? I hope I'm answering that clearly. DT says, I don't think a single YouTube creator has been fined for any COPPA violation since all that. Of course not. So, of course not. They have those fines for the most egregious large corporations who were absolutely inappropriately targeting youth for profit. No YouTubers doing that. Okay. So in the history of the law, there was like 15, and I called the New York Attorney General's office. I don't want to lie to you. And it took a little doing, but I finally got somebody on the phone. Actually, it didn't take as much doing as you would think. And they walked me through what the rule has been, how they've used it before, and why it would never, ever be something they used here. So the New York District Attorney, is that right? Used it against about 15 different huge companies because they were clearly breaking the rules on the Child Online Privacy Protection Act. What they were doing, it's 2 years old, so I don't know if you guys care about this, was they were collecting data on kids. As a YouTuber, you can't even do that. You don't even have access to that. How could you collect it if you don't have it? So if Yahoo, they weren't one of them, was collecting or I don't think they were, was collecting the data of youth without the youth knowing and or without the express written consent of the adult in the kid's life, they're not allowed to collect data on youth. Make sense? So if YouTube were collecting, and they were, by the way, if YouTube was collecting, that's why there's that kid YouTube now. If YouTube were collecting data on what kids were watching, and they were targeting kids on purpose with targeted ads, and that company could get in trouble. So all of that to put the one button that we have to click on that says not expressly for kids is so YouTube could tell their advertisers that they're not doing that. Does that make sense? A little off topic, but yeah, but actually good conversation. Then how does Florida Resident Edits do it? Florida Resident Edits does video that's commentary. It's satire. They're not taking, they're taking Disney YouTuber videos and they're mocking them. Some of it's pretty brutal, actually. If they were just taking Michael K's video and putting it up as their own, that's not okay. That's not what they're doing. Does that make sense? Playing an alphabet soup. Exactly, Terry. Exactly. And what is the social media sites like Gitter and Parler comes? And that is where social media is like Gitter and Parler come to play. So Gitter and Parler are conservative social media sites. I don't know what else to say. They're social media sites. Yeah. Everybody saying hi to Chris. Let's see. Makes sense. Thanks. Oh, you're very welcome. Another bot. See ya. It's weird, So I've blocked people from being in chat unless you're a subscriber, but I'm still getting bots on Sunday nights. I guess they're going about hitting subscribe and then unsubscribing. I don't really know. Imposter syndrome. Yes, you're okay. Whack the troll. Whack the troll. Yeah, I'm a little behind, Chris. Absolutely right. That's okay. There you go. No problem. There's a troll that needs to be whacked. Yeah, I don't have moderators, so sometimes trolls live. I'm a little behind in comments. You can do it. Detroit Disney doing that's what's going on, my man. Hope you're having a great day. VacTube has an issue with X-Wing's dance used on another channel. That channel got blocked. I don't know who they are, but I believe you. But yeah, again, if you take somebody's content and you just use it, which happens all the time, that's not okay, and you can lose your channel. Again, 3 strikes and you're out. It's stupid too. It's just dumb. But if you took somebody's content and commented on it, so again, like if you took this show and you made, oh, he's itching his head again, oh, he doesn't even see it, you could make fun of me the whole time and over the top of my thing, and please do, because then more people will find my channel. Kidding, you don't do that. I mean, I don't care. Whatever. Am I caught up? No, I'm not caught up. How can that debacle be 2 years ago? I know, right? I was talking to my good friend Dave of Brandy and Dave fame in the Disney YouTube content creation space. And we've known each other for a few years. He was the first podcast I was ever on was him and his wife's. Anyway, a long time ago. And we were talking about a conversation we had, and we couldn't remember when it was. And it was at the very beginning of the pandemic. And we thought, was that just yesterday? Was that 3 years ago? This time period since 15 days to flatten the curve, frankly, it's hard to even know what year it is sometimes. Like, it's amazing how much stuff has happened in that time, yet nothing has happened in that time. Very interesting time in our lives. I've got 3 grandkids, and I wonder what we'll tell them about this time. Like, Everly, my not even 2-year-old granddaughter, was at my house last night while my kiddos were out celebrating her other grandma's birthday. And it's just weird to think, like, she was born during this. Her father wasn't able to watch the birth because of COVID. Like, all these rules, all this hysteria, all this craziness. And it all gets mixed into this witch's brew of what day is it? What year is it? I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but it's been on my mind lately. I don't think your chat is limited to subscribers tonight. Maybe I'd have to click the button again. That might be it. I don't know. Doesn't matter. Take that text they use and add to your blacklist. Oh, that's a good idea, Ken. Yeah. That's a great idea. I will do that. Well, if I remember, I'll do that. That's a great idea. Jeff, what happened to your old background? It's right there. So I just got these plastic silly, what are they called? Not cabinets. These things, shelving. That's a hard word I couldn't think of. And I've been wanting to do it for a while. My Adventureland wall is right there. When I'm doing Disney content, I'll be doing that. I just wanted to have some more general stuff. I'm probably just depending on where I want to put my chair, but I've got a table in the middle. It's for Buffalo Wild Wings table. I've told that story a few times. Shelves. Thank you, Jonathan. My brain went, I need more coffee right here. Let's shelves. Thank you, Annie. And hello, how are you? I need more of this. Anyway, so yeah, so I still have my Adventureland thing. I wish it filled the whole wall, because like I would show you, but then there's like a little space on the top. So I don't know. I've got to figure that out. And then I'm gonna put, I don't know, I might put a third one of these up. I'm not really sure, but I want to get some stuff off the floor and put the TV over there and have a sports wall. And longtime viewers of the show have heard me say this a million times. It is the last. Well, tomorrow's the last day of January, isn't it? We got one more. I think we got one more. Anyway, yeah, the last 2 years have been the craziest years. Absolutely. Vertical storage units. I mean, that's exactly what they are, Mark. So anyway, let me know what did you guys think about the copyright? Is that good news? Is it bad news? I say, to wrap it up a little bit, I think it's great news. The fact that YouTube changed their rules to allow for content to be expressly removed from certain locales is good for us. The fact that they did that is further proof that they're on our side. Again, I say that because I don't really understand why people think they're not, but if Japan's rules are super tight and that could cause copyright strikes to happen, and 3 strikes and you're out and you lose your channel, That's terrifying. I mean, if I could push fast forward to, I don't know, it's 2020. So let's say we go to 2025 or 2030. I'd like to have 3 or 4 monetized channels. One that is my general channel, this one, Dole Whip Dad. This is my basic channel. And then I like to have a sports channel and my investing channel and my vlogging channel. That's probably enough. But ideally, I would have those so there'd be a little bit of overlap, but there'd also be more ability to niche down, like we've talked about a few weeks ago. But also, if something went wrong, you can still find me. Now, if you know what you're doing and you're a fan of the content, you could probably find me on Instagram, or Facebook Reels reached out and they want to put me in their content creator thing, whatever. So maybe I'll start diving into that. So that's the idea of being a little more diversified, but I'm kind of want to be diversified within YouTube. That's putting too many eggs in one basket, because I'm trusting that YouTube's not going to go stupid crazy or nuts. I hate Twitter. I hate Twitter. But if you're one of those people who's been X'd out by YouTube, Dan Bongino and others. I mean, Dan Bongino was just this week, so that's why I'm mentioning it. That's rough. That's scary. It's, again, we're playing in their sandbox. We're playing by their rules. I'm a big YouTube fan. Do I think everybody at YouTube is going to agree with me? Of course not. Do I think everybody at YouTube is going to disagree with me? Of course not. But I do know that as a content creator, if you're looking to be monetized, this is the place to be. They share the most revenue. They bring in the most revenue. I love Google. I love Alphabet. I love YouTube. But I don't agree with everything they do. And they wouldn't agree with everything I do either. Who cares, right? So saith me, Jeff 316. I'd say it's good news somewhat, but for a channel like mine, where my audience tends to be all over the place, it would have huge and possibly negative impacts. So, I mean, I don't think are you using anybody else's content, Earth Central? I mean, if you were taking somebody else's content and just using it without providing commentary, I mean, yeah, you should have something bad happen to you. If you're like, volcanoes been going like crazy and you're into weather, right? So geology, right? So if you took somebody's, I don't know, Tonga volcano video and put it up on your channel as if it was your own, with no mention of them and no commentary on them, you should have a copyright strike, right? That's cheating. But if you take their video and you talk about, this is the best channel for volcano news, then you're providing commentary, right? I don't see how it would hurt you, Earth Central. I really don't. I missed the first 15, so I have no idea what the change even is. Well, I'll tell you again then. A YouTuber drowning in anime. I lost my voice there. Let's do that again. A YouTuber hit with an ungodly number of anime copy strikes gets a win for everyone. So I'll do the quick version. A new YouTube rule allows for flexibility among international copyright laws, where a video may be taken down in one country but left up in another, freeing creators from worrying about outright bans or takedowns of videos. This guy who did anime commentary was doing videos. I get Dragon Ball Z is a thing by a company called, I already forgot what they're called, Toei maybe, in Japan. So he was taking Toei's Dragon Ball Z and other kind of anime content and providing commentary on it, which he can do within free use or fair use. However, different countries define fair use differently. The United States is fairly liberal with what is fair use. If I want to, again, if I want to do the Dune trailer comes out and I play the Dune trailer and I react to it, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a reaction video. I can react to the Dune trailer, which is owned by, I don't know who it was, Sony or whoever it is, right? That's okay within fair use. In Japan, they have a very much more strict viewpoint of fair use. So this guy, whatever his name is, Fitzpatrick, would provide commentary on a Dragon Ball Z video, right? 150 of them. And the company in Japan, Toei, whoever, thought, no, that's not cool with us. So they filled out the manual form, which they can do. They sent it into YouTube, and YouTube took down 150 of his videos. A bunch more things happened, blah, blah, blah. Had YouTube not intervened by making the rule change, and that company decided to take him to court, which they think they would, but they could have. And had they done that, they would all be copyright strikes and he would have lost his entire channel. Plus whatever Japan wanted to do to him, right? But he's an American citizen. He's speaking, I'm assuming he's an American citizen. He speaks English in his videos. He's clearly creating for an English-speaking audience. That's not Japan. So the company in Japan's rules, right, are going to be more strict than the United States or many other places. So what YouTube has done, which I think is amazing. Hold on, let me get rid of this one. See ya. Toei Animation, exactly, Jonathan. So what YouTube has done is allowed for creators or YouTube themselves to restrict the videos in certain locales. So in this case, his videos won't go out to Japan, which fixes the problem, and I think it's beautiful and brilliant. I hope that answers your question. Who was that? I don't even remember. Was that, yeah, Destination Timeshare? I hope that helped. Unless if news articles have risk of copyrights, then maybe, but I cite my sources. Yeah, so I try to cite my sources, especially when I do my Disney morning show. I usually say it's from this YouTube channel, this blogger, this website, this news source, whatever. And I think that's just the right thing to do, but I don't really think legally you even have to do that. You just have to be providing commentary. Let's see. A gamer that uses YouTube to show games from Twitch and other platforms has to ask in the lobby if he can stream their gameplay. Really? I don't think so. Well, that might be a Twitch rule. Not within fair use, but maybe it's a Twitch rule. I don't know Twitch very well, which is interesting and good timing. Hey, BDF, what's going on? I should announce right now, 36 minutes in, we got a couple more minutes on the show. The last Sunday in February, we're going to have a guest. And I mentioned him earlier, Dave from Brandy and Dave. He's having success on Twitch. He's a good buddy of mine. He's in the Disney content creation community. He's a podcaster. He's a Twitch gamer. And he's been tracking some interesting things, let's put it that way, as it relates to creating content on Twitch and cross-platform stuff. And he's got some good data and he wants to share it with the audience. So we're going to be doing that. I'm pretty sure it's the 27th of February without looking at a calendar. The last Sunday in February, he'll be the guest. He's been my guest a few times on a few of my shows. Great guy. If you don't know him, check out their channel, Brandy and Dave. They've got a couple different channels. And if you're into Twitch gaming, let me know and I'll send you his link. I don't know it by heart, but I can certainly get it for you. Thank you, Annie. I appreciate that. BDF says, it's just like if I and you, Jeff, were on a channel talking about Disney trip planning, the content of our conversation on my channel. So it's your content, kind of. It's kind of YouTube's content, Keith. So if me and you were talking about Disney trip planning and somebody wanted to take that video and talk about, oh my gosh, these guys are the best ever at Disney trip planning, and they copied the video and played it on their video, that's perfectly fine. There's no rules against that. Boy, we got them all. Is Sunday night like the good night for, like, what do they get out of that? Is there any value to them putting that in? It's weird. I put links of my source in the description. I like that. The video would belong to the streaming channel. Yeah. Again, I think that and it doesn't matter as much as people think, but we're on somebody else's platform. It's theirs. It's Google's, it's YouTube's, it's Alphabet's. They're allowing us to use their system, their infrastructure. It's theirs. Another one. These bots are, I know, right? I don't know. I don't understand it. Like, are there people out there who, oh, hey, I don't know what that is. Let's click that. Is that even a thing? I mean, it must be. Are they? Bots are hardcore lately on all channels. I've been pretty busy. I haven't had the chance really to be on very many live streams. I've been watching some videos, but even that, not much lately. Hopefully this week will be different. But yeah, I've been busy. I think because Twitch makes you wait for you. Yeah, I don't know the Twitch rules, honestly. I have an account, but very little. I mean, I just don't like gaming that much. I like the game Civilization very much. Don't have time to play it. And I own a system. I had the MLB a couple years ago. I could see myself buying MLB, the game or whatever. The show, I mean, not the game, the show this year, but I doubt. If one of my son-in-laws lived close enough to me that they came over enough that I could play with somebody, I would probably do that. But would I stream? No, probably not. Have you heard of the rumors of YouTube trying to bring about an NFT option for monetization? Yeah, so we talked about that a little bit last week. I'm very excited about it. I actually planned on spending some time this weekend diving into NFTs. I didn't have any time to do that. Tomorrow, my wife's got a doctor's appointment, and I've got a doctor's appointment, so I doubt I'll have any time. That said, I'll probably be in the car for a while, so maybe I'll have some time to look it up. But I really want to look into that. We talked about that. Was that last week? I think it was, right here on this channel. I think NFTs are going to be something that creators really dive into. And I think people who support creators are going to do through NFTs. And Facebook, which is now Meta, and YouTube have both in the last few weeks talked about they've got plans for that. So I'm very excited about that. Yeah, there was another article that came out. Well, I found it today. It was very much like what we talked about. Oh, it was last Wednesday. That's right. It was last Wednesday, Destination Timeshare. You're right. It was very much like what we talked about on Wednesday, the NFTs for creators. So I'm quite sure episodes of this show and the Wednesday show will be talking about that again too. I'm excited about that. You know, I think it's something that very few people are in on yet or even understand, but it's going to be an easy way. I mean, come on, what's a super chat? What's a super sticker? You don't get anything for that. You send me a nice gift and I get a little thing on the screen for 8 seconds. Kind of what an NFT is, only it goes away in 8 seconds, right? I mean, it's something that we're already kind of doing. I think it's going to be something that's going to be big. I really do. What's an NFT? It's a non-fungible token. It's using the Ethereum. Let me know if this is I'll try my best. Using the Ethereum blockchain or things based off the Ethereum blockchain, you can create pieces of art, videos, GIFs or GIFs, pictures, paintings, a lot of art involved in the NFT world. And so it's like, so here, let me give you an example. Okay. So, okay, let me pull up this app. Okay. So this is a Disney. Okay. So this is called Disney Collect. Okay. And it's a little game. It's a little game where you can buy cards. So like you can buy baseball cards, right? Let's see here. So you can buy baseball cards and you get them in your hand, or you can buy digital cards, right? Tops Collect would be a baseball card. The same company, by the way, that does this. That's what is it? I don't know what this is. It's Mickey Mouse is what is it? Mickey Mouse is an Alpine guy, right? Let's see what else I got. And then in the same set of cards, it's who is it? I don't know. Donald hitting his head on some. I don't know. This is an Alpine set. Point being, I don't own the card in my hand. If I get it, if I get a pack, and if I obtain it on this app, it lives on the app, kind of like an NFT. But NFT is non-fungible, meaning it cannot change. So if you own it and it's a one of one, you own the only one. If I make a logo of, Creator Talk Live, where'd it go? I can make an NFT of that logo, and I can make 10,000 of them or 100 of them or just one. And if somebody wants to buy it, they own it. Now, it's just the picture, right? Anybody could see it. I can copy and paste it. I can right click and have it. But the owner, right? It's like the Mona Lisa. Everybody here has seen the Mona Lisa, right? I've gone online and looked at it. Here, we can do it right now. Mona Lisa. Pull it up. Boom. Okay. All right, let's share. All right. So now I'm sharing. Oh, let's click on one of these. All right. So well, this is a puzzle, but oh jeez. I thought this would be easy. All right. So you see it? Mona Lisa? Boom. All right. That's the Mona Lisa. You can see that. Did it click on it? Trying to show you the Mona Lisa, people. Good enough, right? So there's the Mona Lisa. Can you see it yet? Did I not do it right? This is harder than it should be. Whatever. You see a whole bunch of Mona Lisas there, right? Exactly. It's at the Louvre, Keith, but you're looking at the Mona Lisa. If you right click on this, you have a picture of it on your computer now, right? It's what it is. If you made the Mona Lisa an NFT, it could be a one of one or a 10,000 of one. You have ownership of it if you buy it. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm doing a very good job of that. I think I'm probably doing a very poor job of that. But an NFT is much like a digital, it's exactly like a digital copy of something. Make sense? See, I'm gonna keep going the cash route as long as I can. I like it. What's an NFT? Vaporware. Beside BitChute, I'm surprised YouTube doesn't have any real competition. Well, okay, so they have some competition, but they don't have any competition that matters because of how Google, how Alphabet, how YouTube shares their revenues. I mean, if you're a creator and you want to receive some of the advertising, where can you go? So I create on Instagram, right? They're not sharing any of that with me. Many of you create on TikTok. I send you a check? I doubt it. Some of them are, but you can be a creator, and there's a whole bunch of ways to monetize. You can be part of the YouTube partnership program, right? Where they share your revenues. You can have sponsors. You can have affiliate links, the NFT thing we've talked about. Hey, Danny, what's going on, buddy? Bengals, I know, man. Can you believe that? Joey B. What a fun weekend of football. Last 2 weekends, fun weekend of football. So good today. So much fun. But anyway, I got paid off TikTok. You got a check? Good. Cool. I'm happy. I mean, people are getting paid off TikTok, but my point is, this is by far the most lucrative place, this being YouTube, to share your content, to get paid for your content. I hope that makes sense. I can show you proof right to the PayPal. They sent me close to $40. Nice. Congrats. I have an extension mic for my smartphone, and it'll pick up what? Oh, good. Yeah. So you're wearing a lavalier mic. Good, Keith. That's awesome, buddy. I think that makes sense. Okay. So anyway, we're way off topic, but the YouTuber who had all the copyright strikes went to YouTube, got some connections to step up, and now they've changed the rule. And it's a good thing. So all of this to say, the whole goal of tonight was to say that YouTube has got our back. And in this case, they will allow you to take down your content in a country like Japan, where it's more likely that you're going to strike, and less likely in his case that he would even get any viewership. He was getting no value of having the content in Japan. He's not speaking Japanese. He's speaking English, right? And the copyright strikes would have come. So I hope that makes sense. I hope you followed that. I hope the NFT conversation made some sense. Yeah, I guess that's it. Again, we've got Dave from Brandy and Dave, couple weeks out now. February 27th, I believe, is the date, the last Sunday in February. Wednesday night, we'll be live. Live a Life Worth Sharing. Sunday night, we'll be live right here. And Breaking Baits is my newest show. It's 7 o'clock my time, 8 o'clock Eastern time. We're talking about all kinds of stuff, including sports. And tomorrow night, assuming we go live at that time, and I have no reason to believe we will not, we'll be talking about the football weekend. We'll be talking about the NFL, AFC, and NFC championship game, what I think is going to happen in the Super Bowl, what's going to happen on those 2 weeks. Did Tom Brady really retire or not? What does that mean? And so much more. Go Bengals, says Ken. Ken, I happen to know you're a Green Bay fan. So there is so much to talk about right now. Like these 2 weeks between now and the Super Bowl, there's going to be a lot to talk about. Ken's Green Bay Packers, right? Is Rodgers coming back? What happens in Tampa Bay? There's so much to talk about. We're going to talk a lot about sports and other stuff. My 7 o'clock my time show, 8 o'clock Eastern time show, I just call it Breaking Baits. My name is Bates, and I just talk about what's on my mind for that day. If there's a big news item, I'm going to talk about it. If there's something that I think is ridiculous, I'm going to talk about it. And that's going to be a lot of sports. A lot of baseball and a lot of football are going to lead that show, and it'll probably be an hour or so most nights. And we've been doing that for a couple nights last week, and that'll be tomorrow night, Monday night. Wednesday night is still the 10 o'clock show, 11 o'clock Eastern time. Live a Life Worth Sharing. And then, of course, Sunday night. Absolutely, but I like the Bengals story too. You know, I loved Sam Weiss back in the day. I've always been a Boomer Esiason fan. I kind of liked the Bengals. They crushed my Chargers back in 1980. Yeah, I'm that old. And the Ice Bowl too. So I didn't like them after that, really. Kind of like Collinsworth when he was a player. It's nice to see a team with, what did they have, 4 wins last night? So quickly turn around. Nothing not to like about Nothing not to love about Joe Burrow and that story. I was rooting for the Bengals and I was rooting for the Rams. I actually picked both of the other teams. So I actually went 0-2 today, but the teams I wanted to win won. So I feel like I won. And as it relates to the Rams, I was a Rams fan originally. I'm a Cowboys fan now and a Chargers fan. I live here in Dallas, Fort Worth. I grew up in San Diego, but my first ever favorite team was the Rams for reasons I've talked about before. It doesn't matter now, but so I kind of was excited for Stafford. Also, I love the story that Stafford was the quarterback on the high school team and the center for the team was, do you know? Clayton freaking Kershaw was the center for Matt Stafford in high school. Unbelievable. But anyway, so we'll talk about that tomorrow night. 8 o'clock Eastern time, 7 o'clock my time. Breaking Baits. I think that's it. Any questions, comments, concerns? Also, I do want to put up there, you can text me. If you've been following this along this on the bottom, I put my number up there. It's a number I have just for my YouTube channel and other social medias. You can call it, but I'll never answer it. You can text me and I'll respond. Of course, if you do, that'll give me a chance to send you reminders when the shows go live. That's the reason I'd love for you to text me, to be very honest, but also is a nice reason for us to connect. You should check out TubeBuddy if you haven't already. TubeBuddy.com/Dole Whip for a free download. It's free to you. If you end up signing up for it, they'll give me a chunk of that, but it's free to you. Check it out. It's awesome. What else? What else should I bug you about? Tomorrow night, Breaking Baits. Wednesday night, Live a Life We're Sharing. This same show next Sunday night. Oh, and then the week after that, we'll play it by ear. I don't know what time the Super Bowl starts. If the game is certainly over by this time, we'll go live. If it's going to be a late game, we just won't. I haven't looked at the clock on that. Questions, comments, concerns, because we're going to cut off the show here in another minute or so. Before I do that, before I check chat, thank you to everybody who was here. If you are a new subscriber tonight, thank you so much. If you're a member of the channel, if I missed you tonight, please don't take it personally. I know Mar was here, a member of the channel. All the people who are a member of the channel bless me and my family, and I appreciate that so much. You bless me just by spending some time here. Even if you didn't talk in chat, just for being here, it means a lot. I appreciate it. Let me get caught up in chat. Go Bengals, like the story. I want to see Stafford win also. Great Super Bowl. Yeah, I don't know. I like them both a lot. I'll be rooting for the Rams, but I'll be happy either way. Yeah. Thanks for letting me join. Of course, Terry. Thanks for being here. Mar, there you go. Mar is a member of the channel. And she's using those emojis. Jonathan with a nice heart too. I love you guys. I think that's a good place to stop. Oh, and let me know what you think of the background. You know, we've got a couple things going on. We got Chewy. We'll do a quick tour. We got Chewy. We got my golf fund. We got my camera, which I never use. Got my Switch Pod, which I never use. Got a Funko Pop that's from Kiss the Girl. Got my daughter's Yoda. Got my Haunted Mansion Scentsy. And got my Philip Rivers autograph thing. No guarantee any of that will be there tomorrow. We'll see. I don't know. I've got a doctor's appointment for my wife in the morning and me in the afternoon. They're not like that far away, but I don't know if we're gonna be home in a decent hour or not. So sometime over the next week, I'll get this filled up and it may look different. It may look the same. I may not even touch it. That's it. Let me get caught up in chat and then I'll say what I say at the end of the night. Rumor has it, the light rumor has it, are giving up some first round picks to get Stafford back. Yeah. I mean, they had to make a move, right? It wasn't working there. I don't know. Hey, Tina, speaking of members of the channel, what's going on, my friend? I just don't understand what's wrong in Detroit. Well, we'll talk about that tomorrow night. Mara says, since I'm a consumer, I don't worry about copyright, yet you came to the show anyway, and I love you for it. Bye-bye, says Tina. I pray for report. I thank you, Mar. Thank you very much. Me too. I'm positive about both of the meetings tomorrow. If not, I'll let you guys know. That's it. Love you all. You don't have to go, but you can't stay here. Have fun storming the castle. I appreciate every single one of you. I don't know what you have planned for this week, but I'm going to challenge you with something right now. Do something awesome for somebody else. Maybe it's somebody that doesn't know you're doing it for. Maybe it's somebody that you haven't talked to in a long time. Maybe you need to just picking up the phone and talking to somebody you haven't talked to in a while. This is a crazy time right now. And we're more connected, yet more disconnected than ever. With the ability to be more connected, we've been unbelievably disconnected over these last 2 years. So pick up the phone, send a text, buy somebody a lunch, pick up coffee for the person behind you in line. Do something awesome for somebody, especially if they can't pay you back. It's the best thing to make you feel better about your day. Love you. Have a great day. If you want anything, you need anything, you can text me at the number that's below, or you can email me, dolewhipdad@gmail.com, dolewhipdad@gmail.com. If life goes normal, I'll see you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern time, 7 o'clock my time for Breaking Baits. I'm going to shut up now. See ya. Thanks for being here. You have a great night too, Ken. Thank you. Yeah, enjoy everyone storm the castle. Thank you, Jonathan. See you.